Happy Friday, 2A. Welcome back for another edition of Core Math. Today we're doing Module 4, Lesson 14 with yours truly, the one and only Mr. Andrews. And not only is it Friday, but today, April 24th, 2020, is Arbor Day. Yeah! Arbor Day is a holiday created to celebrate trees. They are an essential part of life on this planet. Without them, none of us would be able to live. It's typically celebrated with the planting of trees. Oh, there's a tree growing in our video. So happy Arbor Day. Let's jump into today's lesson. Oh, another tree is growing. This is turning out to be a great Arbor Day. Anyway, our learning target for today is to, again, make sure we understand that great mathematicians use our understanding of place value to add and subtract using a strategy that makes sense to us. And we've gone over a lot of different strategies using mental math, using expanded notation, using number lines, using flat sticks and dots. So my question is, why all these strategies? Why is it important to know more than one strategy when solving addition and subtraction problems? I'll give you some think time, but let me know. All right, so it is essential that we can be flexible thinkers. And frankly, it's good to know more than one strategy because sometimes some strategies are going to be more efficient or work better than others. When we're dealing with big numbers, expanded notation is a much more efficient, can be more efficient than using flat sticks and dots. But sometimes it can be helpful to draw out the flat sticks and dots to really see the numbers. Being flexible allows you to use a strategy that makes the most sense for you. All right, so let's jump into today's activity. We're, again, focusing on being flexible and thinking through how we use these strategies. Oh, and look at that. Another tree is growing in our video. So today let's break down this equation. 173 minus 42 equals blank. So I see some big numbers here. Looks a little tricky. So for me, I like the idea of using flat sticks and dots. Your challenge today as we go through this is to think through what were the steps that we took with Mr. Andrews in order to solve this using flat sticks and dots. I'm going to quiz you towards the end of this video, so make sure you're paying attention and keeping note of the steps that we're taking together. So if I want to use flat sticks and dots, what's the first thing I'm going to want to do? Yeah, we need to set up our paper with a hundreds, tens, and one chart, HTO chart. Now, again, I like to set that up, but I also like to label my numbers above to help me break it down even more. So with 173, I'll break it up into hundreds, tens, and ones, and then tens and ones. All right, and that just makes it easier for me to then transfer those numbers into flat sticks and dots. All right, so now I need to start representing the numbers, right? Which number should I represent first? 173 or 42? Yeah, it makes sense to represent 173, but why? Because it's the bigger number, exactly. All right, so because I wrote down my HTO chart on top of the numbers, I can see there's 100, so I'm going to draw one flat. I see there are 7 tens, so I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like to do rows of 5. It makes it easier to group things together and visually see it. And then I need 3 ones. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so I've got 173 represented. Now what do I have to do if I want to take away 42? Yeah, or I have to cross out or take away the place 42 from 173. Okay, so let's see. I like to start with the ones place. So I had 3 ones, and I see that in 42 there are 2 ones. All right, so 3 minus 2, I can do that. I don't have to regroup. So cross out 1, 2 once. Okay, now I can go to the tens place. All right, there were 7 tens. I'm taking away 4 tens from 42. All right, again, 7 minus 4, I can do that. No need to regroup. So let me go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do I take away any from the hundreds place? No. There's no hundreds place in 42, so the hundreds stay as. So now we can figure out. So I had 1 left over. I had 1, 2, 3 tens, and I have 100. So now we know that 173 minus 42 equals 131. Go ahead and kiss your brains. Nicely done. All right, so make sure you have the steps in your head. Let's move on. What? Another tree? Man, what a great Arbor Day. So let's recap. What were the steps that we used to solve subtraction with flat sticks and dots? Give you some time to recount and tell me what were those steps. Right, so the first step was to make an HTO chart. Have a place to organize our pictures. Second step? Yeah, represent the bigger number first when we're taking away. And then the third step was to cross out the smaller number from each place value. Be careful in case you have to regroup that you're starting with the ones place and then regrouping from there. And then lastly, write your answer in standard form. Take what you got in each place value and rewrite it. Oh, another tree? So thank you guys once again. I hope you enjoy your weekend. I know I'll get some time to relax as well. What? Another tree, really? Getting in the way of my Bitmoji? It's okay. And if you are interested to learn more about Arbor Day, you can check out www.arborday.org to learn about how the Arbor Day Foundation is working to plant more trees in our communities, more trees around the globe to keep our planet happy and healthy. Have a great weekend, 2A. I'll see you on Monday.